today this is the first podcast where I will try to discuss this phenomenon called gang stalking. So in this digital age, like augmented realities, like the internet, it's like, it is a space and people are involved and you need freaking to protect yourself, you know. Nowadays you can build a rocket at home using purchasing at Amazon, eBay, or Part1, AliExpress, whatever it is, actually at fairly cheap price, I guess. So gang stalking, it's like COVID. It's an upcoming social crisis. It is a catastrophe, actually, and I doubt we would have enough control over it. I mean, when it comes to a disease, you can research it. Actually, it's limited. There are limited things that it can do on your body. Actually. Well, there can be mutations, unexpected things, like 10 or 20 years later. However, more or less it is controlled because our body has a limited amount of chemicals and stuff. So here on the internet it grows, it expands, and I'm doubting you will be able to control it, and everything will be decided by your skill or by your personal skills. So, and okay, the problem is also that stalking is barely a crime. In order to prove it, I don't know, really, you have to sell your soul. Basically, you have to give up your dreams and get a degree in IT, or maybe you have to get both and physics, actually, in order to fully protect yourself, somewhere at the level of Mark Zuckerberg, where, you can create Facebook, actually write an iOS and stuff, okay, if someone throws a punch, it's a crime. So CCTV, medical checkup. If someone stabs you with a knife, it's a crime. So medical checkup again and knife are the evidences. So you have a solid evidence against someone, and the law will protect us. So nobody wants to get stabbed. Nobody wants to get robbed. That is why we put fences and we create a law. However, if someone is talking to you 24/7, 365 days a year, it's not a crime. First thing is that, well, we don't kind of understand what kind of harm there is. So not that many people are exposed, not enough people, unless half the population suffers from it, perhaps it's still not a problem. And so whatever is possible to do is, if you are IT and physics graduate, you can build anti-energy weapon thing at home. Actually spend your entire life in order to figure it out, actually. And IT, so where you can hack the banking system, so in order to be the true owner of your phone, so that you can hack it actually anytime yourself, actually, and finding out the log of your phone, and trace IP of any hacker so they cannot get away. Then only it will backfire at them, and you will be truly 60% perhaps protected. So okay, what society probably needs to do is that it should create a cyber police. The government should do this for you, and because it's not safe anymore, and which will prosecute any form of stalking, which will hack your phone for you without any consequences, negative consequences, because there is no guarantee. If you pay to a hacker to check your phone to find out another hacker, so there's no guarantee he wouldn't blackmail you after that, even if you pay him thousands of dollars, because you might have more, and so you feel insecure, and he can use it, or she, maybe likely he, right? So internet, whatever it is, your phone, your laptop, your iPad, it is like a knife, or any other weapon. It can be used and turned against you. It can be involved into financial fraud, and this thing has to be real transparent, and so that everyone can modify it the way they want. And so the police we can trust, actually. So what else? This stalking is actually, it looks like a problem, okay? I've read and listened to many different things, and so some were written by me, some were I found out from other people. Actually, they helped a lot, so we need to be able to recollect things, put them together, actually, and find a solution for it. So the stalkers have the same personality, actually, so they experience excitement, so they are toxic, they are narcissists, and they are immoral. They have no conscience, so it is an act against humanity. So same stalkers, same techniques are used, shame, following on the streets, dark psychology, smear campaigns, etc. Same goals, it's like to break morale, actually take control over the victim, actually, and so perhaps researching their psychology. And so the same type of victims, especially if you are feeling lonely, have low self-esteem, actually no, they have certain kind of type of criteria perhaps, and you probably have met them. Also, what else? So what are the possibilities actually? I see only two possibilities out there, and the second is very likely. First one is that somebody hates you so much, and they like order you, so there is someone out there who is giving a handout very cheaply for like maybe $400 or maybe like $300, and they live their best lives, driving best cars, etc. And yeah. While the other party, who purchased it very cheaply, is getting actually rid of you. Another possibility, which is very likely, is that because of research, the person who gang stalks me, actually, I think they are not that rich. Or maybe it was a facade, actually, I don't know. But it's very unlikely, and you know what I would like to say? Is that somebody is financing it, he or she, like your enemy, who sees a great potential in you, like super low self-esteem, insecurities, and other stuff, a lack of personal boundaries, or whatever. People are also humans; they can be tricked into something. So basically, it's like a scam. Also, they see that potential in you, or maybe they hate you at the same time, I don't like that bitch, and so they basically know someone who is responsible for all of this, who's the author of this technique, or maybe who is funding this program, I don't know really. He or she goes and contacts that program, and I found a new victim, and actually, they are getting up together, they're already, working very well, getting along very well with each other, and so they are getting up, and basically, the program starts, they set their eyes, this is a victim, he meets the criteria, so we can bring this person down, okay? And so the program starts, and they are getting paid, and you know what? They have to achieve a certain goal, and so perhaps depending on that will depend, will depend on their salary. So meeting certain standard, and sending this data, to the office, to the head office, where the puppet master is actually. And basically, what are they doing is probably they are doing a research on people. So how the artificial intelligence is created is definitely like that. It analyzes your brain activity, perhaps. It is trying to remap it, tries to gaslighting it and stuff. I will talk about it in detail in the next video. And things, they are trying to do everything, so that bad chemicals are produced in your body, like you are feeling depressed, cortisol, and stuff that will ruin your psyche. Just ruining your psyche, so you are not getting out of that state. They maintain that state and see how it survives. Then you are more susceptible, more vulnerable, they break your morale, actually, and so, basically and when things don't make sense, they can control you better, and also, they try to trick your brain, actually, trick your brain and stuff, so throwing you off balance, and so when things don't make sense, even your body will not agree to your mind, so you get scammed, you get punched, you get spit on your face, and you still obey them, listen to them, they can still use you, even if you did something wrong, actually, so they basically are killing your will, your consciousness, actually changing your perception of how things are, etc. So I will try in the next video to go into greater detail what I was able to find out. So basically, so we probably, we have to start at the root of the problem. We usually, there is no solution to this problem. And the thing is that, since there is no solution, we have only questions and no answers. So looking at the root of the problem can be asking ourselves a question, how to ruin someone's life. And there are some websites which explain it, and smear campaigns, stuff like that, very similar, yeah, things start to coincide a little. So this is the root of the problem. And we will find more clues on it. So if one case gets really resolved, we'll stop being crazy. We'll like, it's like amazing life, and so maybe we'll find out who's selling these handouts, and those who use it, I think they are pledged to keep silence. So, and also the fact that they're so that kind of enthusiastic, it excites them. Maybe they are paid very well. They're making money on your life. Not only that, after you're done, they will take over everything you had. So, something like that. So, another problem there is that our testimonies are different. That is what is discrediting us. Like, some people, they do believe in fairies. Some people believe in Masons, government, like police, or whoever it is who is doing that, like, but the only thing that unites us all is that the program is the same. They're doing the same stuff to us. And, it is just, I think that their stalker didn't reveal themselves. It is first thing, there are no fairies, no, like, magic going on, no, like, something incredible. It seems like their stalker did not reveal themselves. It's all, like, man-made, it's all made by people. If something does not make sense, and consecutively, like, 3 times, 4 times, definitely it's like, it's done, organized by other individuals. Actually, so this program can make you, if they go all in, may force you to go nuts, crazy. It is remote, either control or either go to heaven. So there are 2 options. So I think they will probably, it depends on, some people's life like real ruined, and they probably had a lack of support and stuff. It was so hard, and it's just like that. Human beings, they are so fragile, and after we are gone, nobody remembers about us, actually. That's the thing. And so, nobody will remember the freaking stalker. The only thing is that they will live longer. How unfortunate. By the way, regarding where can you meet your gang stalker? The thing is that it can be your neighbor, co-worker, ex-friend, like, new friend, like, and they can simply dislike you for looking at them, saying something, having a certain type of personality or looks, as well. So maybe this is also the criteria of shooting a target. So, and the lesson I learned is that how well you're going to live your life, it does depend on what kind of people you associate yourself with. There are, like, people have quality. They can be divided by quality. And sometimes, like, this thing is freaking unique, so to say. It is an evolutionary thing that allowed our ancestors, our grandparents who have made it through the evolution, like thousands of years ago, somebody started us, actually, and they were able to discern deceit, picking up unhealthy social cues at first glance. And this is what allowed them to survive and, like, have children, and we were born. So here, I think if you're getting stalked, it means you have failed somewhere. It's like, it's not like necessarily your fault, we are not at fault. Like, if someone is an asshole, like, like, the victim is never actually to be blamed for being, like, murdered. Something happens, like, it's not necessarily, perhaps it is a human factor, made a mistake, or it can be whatever, but here it is also, it's also your luck. So sometimes it's like, maybe if it's like you're a passing stranger, sometimes can even stalk you. So, it's kind of a wild card when you meet a new person or pass them on the streets, like, looking around. It's a freaking wild card. So, like, our behaviors, they're predictable. Feelings are common. We share the same feelings of love, pain, anger, and resentment. So, we do it in patterns, aren't we? So, the stalker will use it. I will talk about it in the next video. So, where did I meet my stalker? In the church. And so, church then later will ostracize you, whatever it is. What I want to say is that you don't want to become a fanatic. Even in this situation, you must control yourself. Like, it's okay to go to church, perhaps, I don't know, really. However, like, the stalker, maybe they are even affiliated. I don't know really. Maybe it's not even church. Maybe it's a sect. Actually, I'm not sure really. Maybe like but beware that it is very possible that religion shit can attract shit as well. So especially if you build your inner temple, that inner temple will never hurt you. It will never do you bad. It will never wish you anything terrible. So definitely your inner temple where you can have your own religion. You don't have to do the nations like all the other nations. It doesn't perhaps God does not really care about the nations. People care about the nations. So if you help the poor personally, or maybe I don't know really. Definitely it also plants a lot of mistrust into a good stuff, Here it makes you confused, distrustful, and so diminishes your good experiences in life. It is that kind of devastating and traumatic. Okay, so regarding church, be wary, because this stalker, I don't know whether it was orchestrated or it was just smeared. This church gave me a real weird looks. Actually, they supposed to fool the stalker. Actually, and I don't know really well, smiling in your face, and when you turn around, it's the shit talking starts. Holy crap, this is called church, actually, and also, they robbed me, they actually said terrible things about me, actually, so, be wary of it, I really recommend. So, okay, the question is, how did I realize what are the first signs? It was, it happened for the first time when I had an Instagram account. There were university friends. It's it was very old stuff, and this I kind of appreciate it, because Instagram already knew what I like, and so whenever I watched my feed, all the recommendations, everything was exactly what I liked. So and one day I think I lay in my bed lying, and this potential who I didn't know, that person, he offers me a friend, he sends me a friend request or something. I was like, what the fuck? I moved to another country 2 times, so I wasn't stalked, due to personal reasons, and nobody in this freaking country knew about my existence. I mean, I have never given away my Instagram account, shared any personal information and stuff, and this person actually, yeah, he sends me a friend request, and it's freaked me out. But yeah, this is the first thing that I've noticed so far. Actually, my life basically is divided into before and after. Domestic Wi-Fi is probably. So what do I want to say is that fingerprints, Face IDs, the hacker has it all. Actually, also what I would like to say is that, your screen and stalker's screen, your screen can be delayed. The stalker has a separate screen, and they are it's not necessarily, you might not see what the stalker is doing behind the scenes. You can see just the final result. Also, domestic Wi-Fi, if it's public, I mean for example church Wi-Fi, right? It is commonly used by everyone. Every visitor has the password can get an access to it. Your house Wi-Fi, if one phone gets hacked, the entire system gets hacked. They have a personal hotspot. Actually, when your phone has Wi-Fi off, actually it does not necessarily mean that your phone has Wi-Fi off. Actually, or airplane mode, it does not help. They can do things with the airplane on. So basically they get, I don't know really, they completely, and it does not matter whether you have an iPhone or an Android phone, it does not freaking matter. Also, never use a data transfer. SIM card hacked. Data transfer, smart switch, whatever iOS transfer, no, say no to this. It will directly transfer this, the hacker to your new phone. Basically, if the battery is not retractable, your phone will be but I'm not sure really whether the hacker can do things independently. I mean, it can do independently while you don't see and can see the final results, so perhaps even if you pull out the battery, maybe there is still a chance that it does not matter and they will use their own personal hotspot, without your consent. So your photos, any information on your phone, everything you have there, it is gone. So if your house is blocked and you will try to create a new password, create a new account from the scratch, it might not work, because if they stalk after you, if they can see every comment on every single move or phone, 100% when you see that fucking password, with your eyes, they can read it actually, and freaking, you've lost it completely, any information you have. So basically speaking, like, you can use your old shit, don't even bother changing it. Actually, I'm not sure about, they definitely don't need an AirTag or something expensive, they're using cheap crap. So regarding, fingerprints, IDs, they can enter like any system and get to know your whereabouts and stuff, you know. So, but hopefully people will try to uncover the truth. There are so many weaknesses in this system. Two-step verifications and authentications, it just simply does not freaking work. And by the way, noise cancellation does not work, so they can pretty much hack anything that has Bluetooth in it, anything that has an internet access. So you basically have to go back in 2000, but you can barely do anything with a, Nokia, Nokia, like that brick phone, and so well, what I'm doing is basically, if you're happy with a little bit, because I was appreciating my life even before, like, trying texting a new kind of tea or juice or something, like, and maybe people do feel a little lonely and stuff, but I'm somewhat satisfied. And that crappy person actually hated me so much, and decided to destroy, actually, destroy human beings, so it's like, So, basically speaking, what they are doing by their actions, like smear campaigns, like fame, humiliations, whatever it is, whatever they do, basically, gaslighting, especially gaslighting and the smear campaign, they are creating a breach in human psychology. Like, if someone approaches you and tells you, let's say, saying there's something like the Bible word, like, once or twice, if you're not right, you will not believe it, like, if someone tells you you're knowledge, you will not believe it, because, but the fleet will say it is, fuck all forever, and then come back. However, this is a weakness, a breach in our defenses, so things stop making sense, and the software is utilizing it. Like, assume that this person has a common sense, and so, we don't expect someone to attack us while we are walking in the streets, and nevertheless, sometimes it still happens, like, the thing is that things stop making sense. It feels surreal. Like, the first thing we would be like, who did a damn about me? Why? Like, what the fuck? Somebody's doing this to me, or not somebody, like, life happens to me, and so, like, especially if you're generally not very well liked in society, or not the most popular guy or girl, like, in the crowd, with that potential, like, what are alternative experiences to compare it with? For example, about myself, you have only 6 months to live, like, it feels hard to accept this reality, like, your brain is stalled, and you think about it constantly, that something is, like, doing this to you from the inside, actually, how unfair it is, how life it is, and you kind of think it's straight about anything at all, and so this is, I would call it almost the brain is stalled. I will be using this reference in the future. So, when you're friend, for example, like, you're chatting with me, like, drinking coffee together, doing things together, laughing together, and your friend is a lamp, or part of the lamp inside of you, and like, you look at this picture, and it doesn't make sense. This person is here, and that part of her or his body is there. It's like, for example, your arm, and then actually, this picture is surreal. Your mind is, like, separated from your body. Like, I don't even know, like, your mind is leaving you. It's like, it's so weird to look at. Like, I don't know whether you feel scared and stuff, but, like, come later on. However, you kind of refuse to accept that reality. And so here as well, when you start hearing this, like, realizing what's going on, like, things don't make sense, and it doesn't make sense for everyone else around you. So, you have to remember yourself, first of all, like, how it is hard for you yourself to believe in this crap happening to you, like, until you experience it yourself, you accept it as facts. So for nobody else, it does make sense. So that is what is the problem. And the fact that there is no cyber police and stuff, no protection, especially if you are living in a, like, not so developed country, it is like the government will never freaking protect you, So you basically use your beloved ones, people you trust, to create an emotional impact on you. So if you do them, it will make sense. Again, this is another type, this very fact is already like a story, So what it is like, one TV show, like, there was a person also attended in Indonesia, and he was, I think, searching public attention, like, looking for public attention, and, what this psychiatrist told him, like, I look at the light, and a normal person sees a light, like, and not a normal person, like, like schizophrenic or something, they see the light and think there is something in it. Well, I made a remark, and my colleagues were talking about, that sometimes there is, sometimes there isn't. And why is that so? Because someone else is making you think this way. Because, you feel like a red. I love red. Red is a fence, which has an electric current, and for example, with a women, sometimes you would approach the fence and actually, like, pressing it, like, and there will be a forbidden board, and sometimes there will be an electric shock. And so, at the end of the day, just about offense, the word prefers to stay hungry, actually, and gives up, and she's feeling anxious, So, perhaps, perhaps we're also like that, And it is not a miracle, definitely, it is a man-made shit, and, the fact that we know about it, this makes us sane, like, we know, what is done to us is freaking real. Okay, and, this is a deal of another, and physical impact also doesn't make sense when you get, like, microwave or something, like, things don't make sense. How on earth, what the heck, like, how someone can do this, like, did they purchase it on Amazon for $20, or did someone provide it? I doubt it, there is a huge, like, military car standing around my house, like, and and it's doing this to me all the time, and nobody notices it. Maybe it has a shield that nobody can, like, pass your side or something, definitely not. I have been thinking about different possibilities. I'm wondering whether there is a device that is hidden, actually, and is microwaving us, within the house, and, so the area, the range, everything, and they're beating us. However, what is contributing is that it is very precise. It is real freaking precise when it's beating us something, Whereas the trajectory is unpredictable, I think, and only then it's probably, if you're moving electric fast, maybe it cannot do this, like, it can do real, like, physical harm. Okay, what is the chain of events? Is that things don't make sense. Psychics create a situation and a reaction from you, like they draw it from you, however, and you act accordingly. And so it is weird because the situation is weird. So you are acting accordingly and your behavior becomes weird. And people think that you are the one who does not make sense because psychics act according to the common sense, perhaps. Many other people, and some people think you are crazy. Actually, the thing is that remember when they are talking to you and stuff, is they know a bit about you. They can create a system of very coherent, relatable, and even believable lies, very convincing lies, which prevent you from thinking straight, like, everything like statements, like they are shameful, you have to snap out of this, and they train like a dog. Why they can train in these, people are wired at negativity, so, especially when they do like to repeat certain phrases because it carries a certain message. It's more like repeating the force. Everything they say has a purpose, it has a goal. Even if it's a repetition, it's still, the starter has their own agenda. So you must have your own agenda that is different from the starter to your benefit, and, like, snap. Just snap out of this. To me it seems like hypnosis. I don't know what other people experiences, but in my case, they are using a hypnosis technique and they interfere with my dreams. They are trying to remap my brain, my memories, my perception of reality, my perception of my past self, my perception of the past itself, and actually how I meet other people, like, thinks everything is in a negative way, like everyone hated you, and stuff like that, they're using, like, reverse hypnosis or something, like, in your sleep. Actually, they also can affect, like, the brain processes. And so basically speaking, you must learn how to stop and relax despite everything, like, I feel like I'm at war, like, when you are in wild jungle, so I'm a wildling or something, and you are in the jungle, you always have to be careful, like, so that nobody, like, attacks you, like if you're at war or if you're in the jungle, so the tiger or whatever doesn't jump at you and, tear you apart. So I feel this way all the time, so you have to be like that. However, later you are fighting for yourself, so, don't be stressed. You need to learn how to relax at all times, because this is the age of when people are feeling generally insecure and vulnerable, so basically also creates an extra stress, and the fact that they're thinking about you to you constantly, it also creates, like, we're social creatures, we're used to interact, we are wired to do a response when someone calls out to you, says your name, things like that. Everything is in our, probably, such in our primitive brain goes on attention stuff. Of course, you don't have to be very passive, although you know it. It's also just being your healthy self. So the thing is that I will try to tell you my own story, how it was started for me. I mean, like, I blocked that person, like, right, remember I mentioned Instagram account and stuff. I actually deleted it a year later. I forgot about this person, like, the last time I saw this, this piece of shit, like, in 2020, and, yeah, so, and this stalking thing started in April 2023, so basically speaking, until April 2023, I didn't about this shit's existence actually, like, I had never seen it, I didn't care about it, like that, and so, definitely didn't think about it, like, I was living in a different town, and then when I moved to a bigger city, like after like 3 or 5 months, I was working, I was employed, and what else? I was pretty much okay overall. Then I decided, why not to change, the pace, let's move to a bigger city. Actually, I purchased a new phone in 2021, in spring, like late spring, early summer, I think it was, yeah. I did not change the SIM card, use as my switch, I moved out, actually moved, like, to a different part of the company, and, after some time, I forget about it, I still go to work and stuff. I have problems with it, I was changing working places quite, like, first one, but I didn't like it, and I applied for another job, and then, okay, and at some point, I became unlucky. I became so unlucky, and it has never happened to me, before. Like, this is where it goes beyond my comprehension and your imagination. By the way, whatever stalkers do, whatever stalkers does behind your back, like, preparation to the smear campaign, or whatever the lies and fabricate behind your back, is beyond your imagination, I would tell you. It goes stalking beyond, what kind of fantasy do you have to have in order to, like, pull things like that? So, first thing is that I got confined because I was quarantined because of the girl who worked before me. She quits. I had never seen her, and like, I get into quarantine even though I had never seen her. Okay, like, I was like seeing her for 2 weeks, and later I like went back, but I was like, what the freak? Why did they decide to friend me, even though there was a person that was working with me actually? I didn't know she was like interested in the same thing I did, and I wonder, and she said she was sick with cancer. And she said she was kicked out of the like first floor and she was sent to the second floor, whatever, actually for work, and like, okay, like, no one was hostile, actually, things don't make sense, okay, I have never seen this person, actually, no explanation, nothing at all, like, okay, you are getting confined. Then I keep on, like, I quit, I found another working place, actually, it was much harder, so, like, you quit. Second working place. After that, things go real shit. First, second, third, fifth, you go to these working places and hear the same type of slander. Stupid whore, like, if you are married or putting your table, whatever it is actually, like, is it written on my forehead or something? Actually, I'm not so sure actually. Like, I mean, this is okay, like, if people don't like you, then, for example, you have low self-esteem, low confidence, like, the people would say different things about you. Okay, one place on this side I was shooting, okay, it's called Variety, and there I was working for 3 days there, sometimes I worked for 1 month to get this full salary, and 1 week later, every day, they repeat the same fucking shit. The same, you work in place, like, if your working hours are like, whatever, amount of hours, 8 hours, whatever, or more, non-stop. These people keep on saying these things behind your back, non-stop. The same type of slander, the same exact same word for word, actually, this is their face. Like, I mean, like, first, I was like, okay, I quit. Second, like, you're such an asshole, like, everyone there is such an asshole, I quit. Second working place, I quit. Everyone is such an asshole, I quit. Third working place, everyone is such an asshole, but it's just like, this is something wrong with me, actually, like, maybe somebody's like, something is in your face, and everyone will stare at that fucking place, but how on earth, like, can you say the same thing in every single working place? fourth workplace, exactly the same shit. You start doubting yourself, you know? You start thinking you're a whore, you start thinking you're stupid, a pedo, whatever, you know? And since you are done with it, you know, you're done for it, actually, you really think that you are, and you don't know what being sorry is. Actually, you start yourself in your house and think about your behavior, you know? Actually, you know, it's like nobody tells you directly everyone is nice and like you know explains things for you at the working places. Actually, nobody tells you anything. You know, actually, like it does not make sense. You really start thinking, you have never had to deal with children, you know, or like you have never been like sleeping with anyone, you know, or like you know who you are sleeping with life perhaps you should be remembering at least. Actually, and I don't know. Student structure. Do they seem like me? Do they seem like diploma? This job is not always being a job, like, you know, not like the most distinguished, like Hollywood acting, or, you know, and you have like $1 million success, or maybe a super duper, I don't know, IT, like a founder of Facebook, or maybe, you know, like a founder of the website. I don't know, it's just, things don't fucking make sense, you know? He's not doing it. So, the last working place, you know, after, you know, 2 last working places, I was training in half a year, because I was sitting home, actually, and for 6 months, then I worked for 1 month, then I quit in 1 month, and then I stayed at home for 6 months. You know, it depends on your resources, your finances. I think I had $20,000 damages, and, you know, I'm broke fucking shit. I'm really broke, thinking about it for an entire year, you know, how is it possible that everyone says you are a whore or whatever, like, exactly the same shit, you don't even chat with anyone, you know, you are not to be, like, you know, like, I don't know, because of you, it induces a social anxiety, you know, your friends going outside, actually, you feel cornered, and, you know, it's like, like, I started to develop anxiety, and, you know, so there was a last working place, okay, because I had transport bills as well, and in the last working place, they showed up personally. This is surreal. I mean, those ones, they are talking about you, they say the exact same shit, like, you know, it's very abstract, like, they say, for example, you're a whole pero, but they don't name anyone, they don't provide names for it, it's just abstract, it's genuine, like, you know, you're stupid, and so, just don't explain why you're stupid and stuff, and maybe you're feeling socially anxious, like insecure and stuff, so, yeah, you know, it amplifies stuff, and everyone in the workplace is getting out on you. And you know, the last one to show up personally, and why it doesn't embrace you completely, is the fact that they start mentioning things about you, facts, you know, real fucking facts. They can be altered, they can be fabricated, but the names are real. Who you're hanging out with, like, you know, for example, like, you know, the name your friend, and it's like, you know, these people I have never seen before, and you know, they provide her, like, provide her name, and like, you know, mention you slept with her husband or something, you know, like, definitely a lie, but the names are real, or certain events, like, you know, that happened to you, and they kind of seem to know everything about you, and, you know, this was a real, we were returning together from working place, actually, we were sitting in the car, and, you know, it was freaking horrible experiencing, they gang up on me, actually, both men and women, you know, and trying to intimidate you. Then, what is it? Of course, I left the car, and one of the women, she seemed to leave earlier than me, and, you know, she follows me to my house, actually, kind of turn around and say, you know what, actually, maybe, like, you know, whatever. She actually follows me, like, you know, things don't simply make sense. You are not even angry. I mean, I didn't even notice that, you know, like, not only they repeated what other people say, but they also started to mention facts, real facts from your life. And, like, what the frick? How is this possible? And she followed me, you know. I was thinking maybe she is going to I wanted to confront her, you know, but I think I was probably intimidated. When I reached my house, there was a group of men standing there, you know. I think they were Russian, actually. They were, I mean, ethnically, actually, and, you know, she joined that group of men. I entered the house entrance, you know, it's just an apartment in a building. I entered my house and shut myself in, you know, it's like, it was a devastating one. And this is when, you know, you start hearing voices for the very first time. They were like, you know, and what they say is a totally different story. Actually, this woman and me, and they were laughing at me, actually, like, you know, they even, I mean, like, if you are sensitive, you know, to this kind of thing, you know, please don't. They know even the length of your, like, hair, like, you know, your private parts, or whatever it is, actually. You know, they discuss it in the open the entire night. Of course, they weren't staying there the entire night, they were a speaker or something pre-installed there. And actually, you know, your logic stops working there. Your logic is simply freaking turned off. And you know, like, they were like, they were talking and laughing at you loudly, and I thought they were really standing there the whole night and laughing at me. For several days, actually. For several days it happened. I shot myself at home. I had some purchases online, and I was so afraid of opening the door and took the parcel. I don't even have to make it clear. He would leave the parcel in front of your door and leave. And I was even afraid of doing that much. It was like what they did when you approach your windows. They would, especially at night time, they would, you would hear the sound of the engines working, like car engine, and you would have the lights directed at your windows. Whenever you approach the window, sometimes you don't even open the curtain most of the time, and the light beam would be right in my window, pointed right at my window. And so, you go nuts, you are getting afraid for your safety, you're getting concerned, you survive basically. So, and there were sounds like they were laughing. While they were laughing, they were hitting the main entrance door with their feet, with their legs, and so there was always an illusion, and if you open the door they can barge in, actually. And the weirdest thing is that the person who you live with, the other party, they don't even notice whatever is happening to you, oh, don't you hear? It's like, the other person is not concerned. So staying at home by yourself is makes you go nuts as well. So then you start hearing after several days, I stopped leaving the house, and there were the voices, these were it still makes sense, someone is getting up on you, you simply go nuts. But inducing fear is very important for you to be susceptible towards this kind of thing, and for the first time when you hear voices, it's this is when, they gang up, actually, and there is one person, they gather people, and there is an illusion of, they are having an argument, because there is someone sane amongst them, a good cop, who is saying, what the fuck are you doing, actually, we're doing it, fuck you all, actually, whatever you're doing is bullshit, actually, I'm leaving here, and stuff like that, and you think, and you believe this shit, you think, there is really someone is screaming at the street, there is a heated, burning argument out there. Well, I think, now, and you are afraid of approaching the windows, and definitely speaking, I don't know really, what was I afraid of? A sniper? Perhaps a sniper is not as bad as this one, actually. And also, I think at the same day or the day earlier, I think these voices start to follow you everywhere. They know things about you, they start commenting you, it makes you fucking terrified, and you cannot even give the definition towards what is happening on the planet. It freaking does not make sense. They know things about you, they discuss you, and it seemed like it was the lower floor, and then you decide you're scared, you're feeling unsafe, socially unsafe, for example, and you decide to move out, you decide to get a different apartment and stuff. You move into a different apartment, and things don't change, actually. Nothing is changing, actually. Same thing happening, and, if you are washing, a dish, they are saying that you are washing a dish and start discussing you, then weird things start happening to your phone, actually. You are logging in. I was so scared that I lost many accounts and passwords. What I did? I decided to reset my phone. I simply, decided, what I did? I copied the most important passwords on a text sheet. I created a little text file with all the important passwords and things I need to know. I sent it to my Gmail. I definitely did send it out to my different account that was new, created on a new device. I didn't know they have the entire system. My phone and iPad, they were linked to the same internet in the house. And definitely I didn't know. I thought only my phone was bad because I saw the different stuff you scroll for messages and no, for example, you read your message and it starts to scroll on its own, actually. And you would see your phone is bugged, weird stripes on your screen, or and when I stopped leaving the house, actually, I tried to go to another working place, but I worked there for one day only. And so I didn't know where to go, what to do, actually. I was feeling endangered. And I decided to buy tickets to the town I was living in, and to go to the church. I was thinking that perhaps God is punishing me for something I don't know really, and people who are around me, something happened to them. One person, I think I orchestrated the fact that I think that someone's hand was cut off in front of me, and I freaking saw it. I think it was organized also by a gang stalker. They knew she wasn't, since they were stalking, they were eavesdropping every single conversation we had, everything. And since they bugged your phone, they knew that at some moments she wasn't really present. She wasn't really, sometimes you space out and things. These sentences, I think they were very aware of it, and they calculated every single move. And don't have to be a magician or something in order to, like, if you know the habits and the psyche of another person, you can organize pretty much whatever it is. And I decided to reset it. I reset it, couldn't turn off the phone, which is 100%. If you cannot turn off the phone very fast, like on its own, it is fucking bugs. So I tried to restore it back, go, and there's no mail at all. They deleted this freaking mail for me. So they created this illusion that the iPad was not bugged. And when I logged in there, actually, no email, no mail. My last message was very important, and they deleted it. They made me think, into thinking that maybe I didn't send it out. I don't know really, which is not the case. Actually, when I started to doubt my sanity, like, you're getting unlucky, God punishes you, whatever the bullshit. So I was kind of religious in that sense, and was thinking about the boomerang, about karma, whatever, and they used it well. So basically, you're such a sinner and stuff, and like this priest said, yes, come to us, like, and stuff like this. We will be waiting for you and stuff. And then what? Then everyone turned their backs on me. I spent so much money on moving around, actually living there not for free. Actually, they took payment for every single fucking shit there was. For electricity, even electricity, gas. Not only I was living with them, that apartment, like that room was shared with another, like they had their niece with them. I had to pay for that half of the room. It was not like a VIP spot, to live in. It was kind of not cheap, For food, I had to pay for food, my share. I mean, like, whatever it is, everything. I'm just impressed I wasn't paying for, like, the air. Not only that, they also robbed me, and they conspired with the stalker. It says it's called church or sect, I don't know really. People seem to be normal on the surface, and yeah. And I think they are Russians. But, I don't know really, they didn't say that. They presented themselves like, there was several people, like 2, 3, I don't remember. They said they were from Kazakhstan, actually. Russians from Kazakhstan, I don't know. And this was very suspicious. I don't say that, like, every Russian is a bad person. But I'm saying, like, what to expect, like, their kind of identity. And, yeah, and I know this person, I saw them, like, and so they were stalking after me, and keep on stalking for already, like, 21, 22, okay, like 3.5 years already. Or maybe earlier, I don't even know, maybe his so-called aunt started it all. I don't want to be like, what I would like to say is that, can they speak several languages? The answer is yes, they can speak several languages. I also was trying to find a hobby for myself, and I tried to try to learn a different language, and I gave up that thought. I started so regretful. Unfortunately, I was able to do 2 or 3 chapters very effectively, and I liked it so much. However, now I realize, since they analyze your brain, perhaps I think they can copy your abilities. They can steal your abilities. I think they can. I mean, reading first is like, is not enough. But how you make a decision based on words, how you make a decision. So I think they can create a copy of you or something. How you make a decision, what are your biases, like, what areas of your brain are activated when you think this thought, this person, or when you are learning a language or doing a certain activities. I think they can freaking steal it. This artificial intelligence doll or whatever, the robot, it will be like more skilled than you are. It probably will incorporate, since I'm an average person, like having skills and like advantages of several people will make it superior, I think, and so actually, and it will stay only those who are even more superior than it, or they will steal someone else's abilities, I think. So because everything has a methodology and stuff, and they won't prevent you from putting things together, from they stole you pretty much. They stole your brain, prevent you from using logic and stuff. I don't want to say that every Russian is a bad person. Like, perhaps there are plenty of individuals who are like good, compassionate, and kind. Because it's not about ethnicity. It's about like morality. It's about characters, features of character, and upbringing. So some people are really smart and stuff, like, however, these are, I just don't know really. I'm just saying that, yeah, it's better, perhaps it's not a good idea to divide people up, by ethnicity. So, because the thing is that I wanted to say is that, can it happen in other countries? The answer is yes. Yes. They are pretty much very active here in Korea. Yeah. In Korea, and probably so to speak in Kazakhstan, and they pretty much are everywhere. So their network is like that. It's huge. They can speak several languages. They can. So it's not only in the U.S. What I want to say is not only in Europe or whatever. Yeah, and there are plenty of Russians also who are suffering from this kind of thing. And there is a little support, I think. Yeah, it's when I came to their house, I was living with a priest and his family, and the stalker was like getting stalkers. I was hearing like voices all the time, in the houses in front and in every window there is, there were like lights turning on whenever I would approach the window. Second thing is that they were slandering me. The church was giving me weird looks, and everyone was against me. You can't even explain yourself because your brain, your logic is fucked up. Actually, things don't make sense anymore. Actually, and they joined in and they were slandering me day and night. I'm not sure. Maybe they are all together. Maybe it's linked. I'm not sure because there were occasions of this church when people actually took their lives, and so it is important to develop compassion towards oneself, stay humane and kind. And you try not to passive listen or try to ignore, or else this is very brainwashing. But it induces an extra anxiety. You ask yourself, why are they saying this to me? What is their goal? Is to separate the stalker from yourself, actually, especially when they repeat something, it means they want you to behave a certain way. So you remember it for sure if they do this to you. For example, they would comment on every single detail, like if there are 2 apples, for example, and you take the bigger one, and there is someone else in your house, and they will slander you for that thing, like your brother, sister, whatever, your relative, your family members, like you did not share it with them, you are so selfish, you took the bigger apple, they are shaming you in front of you. So basically speaking, developing new logic every day so that they cannot adjust to that, so they want you to be tense and anxious all the time. 3 things about the stalkers I like 100% is that you are no more than a piece of shit to them. For them, it's exciting, the process, the reactions you produce. No reaction, no fun. Basically speaking, they are toxic, narcissistic, and they are immoral, so you cannot reason with them. You cannot reason with this perpetrator, actually. The person who is case stalking me, he is poor, insecure, no degree, actually, and so at least this is how they presented themselves. Why I know this? Because he couldn't make visa, actually. It means he had no degree. So he chooses the victim and provides. So probably making some cash on it. Otherwise, they wouldn't be so enthusiastic. And probably low level of education also plays a role, I think. So be wary of people around you. You're not crazy, stupid, idiot, or monster. They want your well-being and your self-esteem to depend on them. Your safety, your peace, your conscience, everything. They want you to depend on them. So whatever they say, actually you give a reaction, and sometimes I notice that sometimes I would not notice how I am following their stupid stuff, when they provide a suggestion, 100%, this is not for your benefit, actually. So they make things ambiguous, actually. What else? They can they mimic home appliances, fans, dehumidifiers, fridges, air conditioners, whatever. Yes, the answer is yes. They amplify sound and embed their NLPs, they hypnotic rhythms, different kind of sounds. So they have rhythm, and it's an NLP. So how does it work? For example, I would say they would say to you, you are a bad person. So something like that, and you start hearing in that, in every single thing, when you pee, when you shit, when you poop, whatever it is, you start hearing it everywhere. This is make you in a state of trance, I think. It makes you to go, you start thinking on your own accord. Can mimic any sound, they can mimic any sound, like even the bubble in your nose, even whatever it is, and it will also be associated with you, for example, in the past I had the headphones that had, they were not cheap actually, but they were kind of not working well, so sometimes they would, I would get a shocking experience, I would get an electric shock a little bit in my ears, and they would actually, they even use this, they can imitate that shit using your current ones, especially the sound, because it produces a popping sound, so they can make you throw money on undiagnosed diseases. So the diseases can be anything, and you go to the hospital and they say, yeah, I spent on it, I was having apologies for the kind of detail, right? There is I don't know really. The harm is real. I don't know. Maybe they damage a blood vessel or something. There is blood in there. You go to the hospital, do a colonoscopy, and they say you are healthy. You got no problems with it, and it hurts so much. I thought I had what is this irritable bowel disease? When you have to cut out half of your colon, actually, and it gets irritated at everything you eat and stuff, and it's pretty much you cannot cure it. Then I thought I was feeling so itchy, actually, I thought I had diabetes, I had night sweats, I thought I had cancer, real night sweats, for a fucking moment. So physical harm, can they do this? Yes. Accidents can do that, can do whatever it is, and it is orchestrated very precisely, and their, energy beams, everything is also very precise. So, and they got rid of my friend, she was, I wasn't lonely with her. and I think they got rid of her this way. It is a cruel way, you know. So I stopped learning that language, abandoned it, so that people in this country will not suffer as much, you know. Hopefully they don't and never will. You know, the most shameful thing is that they destroyed my psyche completely. So, and you know, actually, in my case, they were trying to remap my brain, and you know, they are trying to remap my brain, rewrite my past and stuff, and do the hypnosis, and actually, you know, they are trying to separate my logic from me. How they are doing it is that they stole your brain, actually, and also say you have a problem. Actually, you know, like very good example. They punch you, and they spit in your face, and you still trust them, and you believe what they say. Can you imagine something like this? Logic says, like, well, logic says, what the fuck? Actually, it is like it goes beyond my comprehension, my own comprehension, you know. And they broke my morale so much. They said after everything they did to me, I thought they would return my possessions back, but they didn't. Can you imagine? They didn't. This is the first thing. The second thing is that I thought everything was a joke like that. And the second thing is that they broke my morale, they scared me off, and then they said you have a problem, you know. Of course, this is they didn't nobody confessed me their sins and stuff like that. You know, you have a problem. You know why everyone is saying it about you like that? Because you are like. They wanted me to become a different personality, you know. Like if they want you to make a dog out of you, they will make a dog out of you. If they want to make a mad dog, you will become a mad dog, and they will say, you know, you have a problem, like you are a mad dog. Actually, everything that happened to you is like because I don't know really, things don't make sense, you know. It's because you really have the problem, you know. For example, you are not sleeping with anyone, right? But you are a whore, actually. I mean, you have a problem. Everyone is saying about you this way. Actually, no. I saw a lot of people, a lot of mobs who like minions, I don't know really how to call them, actually, you know, psyops. They were walking on the streets, placing the legs in a weird way, very wide. We are here to save you, because you know God, whatever, actually, you have, like, you're possessed by the demons, whatever it is, let's pray, let's stuff. And, you know, I've seen so many people walking weirdly. And this blind didn't even command anything, he didn't even say anything to me, you know. He said, you are going down that river. And it's like a waterfall, you're going to collapse. This is what he told me. You have to become stronger, you know? You have to become stronger than that. You cannot stand up for yourself. That is why this all happened to you, you know? And they treat you like a piece of shit. Everything sounds so coherent, actually, you know? When you experience it firsthand, it's like, it's totally different shit. And I know, after they started to do the energy beams at me, like, you know, like, the frequency, the pulse weapons, I realized that I was never sick with anything. Also, that thought about you being sick or having a disease also makes you super anxious, you know? You go to the hospital, you waste your money, it's like, these, like, for example, colonoscopy is not cheap procedure, it's not like submitting your blood sample, you know? You have to go to the, like, common anesthesia, you fall asleep, you know? It takes a toll on your body. Like, you bleed, you cannot do even regular shopping, you know? You cannot walk normally. You have night sweats, you think, where do I have the cancer? In which spot? In which place? They can induce allergies. Yes, I'm prone to allergies. But that one, I don't know really. It was so suffocated. I think they wanted to actually choke me to death. And you know, it's just my glands were swollen to the point where it was hard to breathe. Actually, in my body. Actually, they can induce all of these effects. Also, they can induce the fake anxiety. For example, when you're anxious, you are feeling kind of butterflies in your stomach stuff, you know, before the exam and stuff, and they can induce that shit too. Because I know, like, you know, my brain knows, why do I have to be anxious? But nevertheless, you know that you are not anxious, but your body feels otherwise. This is also basic psychology that doesn't make sense. Things stop making sense, and, you know, this is where you have to question your sanity unless you fucking know whatever is going on, you know. And also, I found that MIT Tech Review, this is a website, I think there was a case about a woman who actually was acting weirdly. She was diagnosed with schizophrenia, she undergone the treatment. For 6 years, she turned back to her life, like, you know, like things were out well for her, she was working, she was doing things, actually, you know, her life got back on its tracks, and, you know, freaking 7 years later, damn, she takes her life. Why on earth? How on earth did it happen? I'm not really sure, you know. And especially, so they came back after several years. So, yeah, this is reality. Okay, next time I will talk about the background checks, how they are doing background checks. I mean, like, I'm not sure how they are doing, but what interests them, the kind of things they pay attention to. Okay, please remember the story I told about myself. So next time I will probably try to mention the tactics they are using. I'm not sure, I'm not a professional. Disclaimer, if you are sensitive, don't continue, please, actually. The thing is that I'm not sure really whether our program varies or not. It will be based on my personal experiences. So, debugging what they are saying, what are they saying. You can develop the ideas further. It will be super nice. And, yeah, no hate. And they probably do want, like their boss can vary perhaps, and so they really sometimes do want to make me a mad dog, and gaining trust actually, spitting in your face and getting trust. Okay, this is such a mess, whatever it is going on.